Oh, you thought Rashida had the final word? Oh no! Baby Jasmine just flipped the table and Atlanta hasn't stopped talking since. Hours after that explosive private video leak with Kirk had everyone side-eyeing, Jasmine came back swinging. And she's not just talking, she's dropping receipts that could blow this whole feud wide open. We're talking leaked DMIs voice notes. And a jaw-dropping confession that might change how you see Kirk and Rashida forever. The shade is thicker than Georgia's humidity. The accusations are flying like bullets, and social media is eating up every messy second. But here's the kicker. What Jasmine just revealed isn't only about a cheating scandal. Nope, she's pulling back the curtain on secrets Rashida has been guarding for years. And if even half of it is true, it could destroy reputations, friendships, and the entire balance of love in hip-hop Atlanta. It starts with a black screen and a heartbeat sound. Then Jasmine's face snaps into focus, ring light blazing nails. Clicking the screen, eyes locked like she's done being quiet. "Since y'all want to play with my name," Ski says, voice steady but sharp, "let me show you what really happened." 500, 1,000, 20,000 viewers pile into her live in under a minute. Comments fly like confetti. "Drop the receipts. Rashida wrong for that. Girl, don't incriminate yourself." Jasmine smiles without smiling. "I don't have to incriminate myself. The truth talks loud enough." She taps the screen, pulls up a screen recording a messages thread labeled K. Not Kirk, just K. The first message is boring on purpose. A restaurant confirmation. Then a photo of a plate. Then the kicker, "I'll handle." The home side, "You just lay low." Sent at 2:12 a.m., Jasmine pauses the screen. "Timing," she says. Because if you look at when that private video hit socials, it's exactly 3 days after this message. 3 days. She zooms in on the timestamp. Chat goes wild. 3 days exactly. K new, meaning keeping, IT messy. Someone types, "Sis, careful with NDAs." Jasmine nods. "Funny y'all said NDA." She leans in. An NDA ain't a muzzle. It's a mirror. All it does is show you who's scared of their own reflection. Then she drops voice notes. The first is short, garbled, a man's voice in a whisper. "We can't let this hit the taping. Hold it." The second, clearer, she thinks she, controlling the rollout, but we decide the narrative. The comments go nuclear. Who said that? That a producer. That K. Jasmine cuts the audio. "I'm not here to get sued yet." She looks straight into the lens. "But just know what you saw wasn't an accident. It was content. Engineered, scheduled, and the person who signed off on it, not me." Cut to Twitter screenshots. A blue-check blogger says Rashida was blindsided. Jasmine double taps the tweet like she's giving it last rites. "Blindsided, baby. She had ring lights brighter than mine. She had a caption, a CTA, and an affiliate link ready to go. Stop playing with me." She pulls up a calendar view, colored blocks labeled Pop-up Launch PR Call, Episode Tease. One box bolded in red. Video goes live. Same day as the leak, she paces her kitchen, audio still rolling from her phone speakers. A female voice this time. Friend of if friend energy. "Listen, the store needs traffic. Everyone's stalled. If we control the first hit, we control the comments." Jasmine stops walking. And who benefits from that? She raises a brow. The woman who can turn any scandal into a sales spike? A hustler. A wife. A brand. She doesn't say Rashida's name. She does talkin'. Now, here's where the air goes thin. She flips the camera and shows a white envelope. Certified mail. So y'all love paperwork? She opens it slowly, long red nail dragging the seal. "Cease and desist," she reads. From who? Not from his lawyer. From hers. The chat explodes. From Rashida. "She sent you a C&D. Jasmine nods once. The letter says, "I'm defaming a beloved public persona and that the video was unlawfully obtained. But sis, make it make sense. Who obtained it? She taps the mic of her earbuds and lowers her voice. I'm telling you on this live, I didn't leak that video. I didn't send it to a blog. I didn't pitch it to production. I was the content and they pressed upload. Cue a flood of duets, stitches, reaction channels grabbing the stream. On Instagram, Carly is typing, then deleting, then typing again, messy fingers itching. On TikTok, a micro-influencer breaks down the rollout timeline, complete with arrows and siren emojis. On Reddit, fans compare lipstick shades to match timestamps. And meanwhile, Atlanta group chats are at a boil. Everyone's choosing a team, but nobody's sure which team is real. Now, here comes Kirk, finally showing up like a man who realized he's standing on a trapdoor. He posts a Notes app apology, black background, white text, all lowercase like. Humility can be copy-pasted. I take full accountability, it says. I apologize to my family for my mistakes. Please respect our privacy. Jasmine reads it on live and just laughs. Not loud, not bitter, just tired. Privacy. When you put me on a trailer, privacy when a camera was already on before I walked in the room. She shakes her head. Y'all want privacy when the comments stop favoring you. Then she does the thing nobody expected. She calls Rashida by name. Rashida, you don't gotta be the villain to sell out a launch, Jasmine says. You're talented, you're smart. You built yours from nothing, but cis building doesn't mean bulldozing. She takes a beat, breathes. You could have called me. You could have asked, is this gonna hurt you? Is this safe? Instead, you premiered me like a product. The chat softens for a split second. Some hearts, some say that comments. But then Jasmine reloads, and to the people saying, I chased clout, you think clout looks like panic attacks at 3 a.m.? You think clout is me explaining to my mom why my face is on 1,000 timelines? She lifts her sleeve, shows a trembling hand. This is what engineered mess does. It shakes real people. A ping interrupts, a text banner rolled. Across the top of her screen for a millisecond, we can fix this. Call me. The sender name is blurred, but the internet never forgets shapes. The bubble width. The placement fans will freeze frame it 30 times by tomorrow. Jasmine pretends not to notice. Let me finish, she says, lips pressed. I'm not here to break up, nobody's home. I'm not here to humiliate a wife. I am here to say, stop using me as a teaser clip. Now she plays a longer voice note. It's a stylist. You can hear hangers clinking, a steamer hissing in the background. Girl, the producer told me to keep you in the hall 10 minutes so cameras could roll in the store. They wanted the walk-in. Said it reads cinematic. Jasmine lets it breathe. Silence on the live. Then, softly, they stage the hallway. She taps her glass and they stage to open that door. A ripple goes through the chat producer setup. Fake encounter, so the meet wasn't random. Someone says, so who gave the footage? Jasmine tilts her head. That's the magic trick. The person who wants to look like a victim presses send and calls it an ambush. Meanwhile, across town, Rashida is filming in a tidy office. Acrylic desk immaculate. Brand poster glowing behind her. She's composed, eyes glossy, but voice precise. I did not leak anything, she tells her camera. I protected myself from a pattern of disrespect. It's neat, rehearsed, dignified, and it's going to split the internet right down the middle. Under her post, celebrities drop prayer hands, doves, white hearts. Under Jasmine's live, the comments are raw, chaotic, loud. Back on live. Jasmine lowers the temperature. Let me be real, she says. Kirk told me things, sweet things. Promises? Do I believe them today? No. Do I regret them? Yes. But the part that got me wasn't the promises, it was the production. It's the way the story got shaped to turn my mistakes into somebody else's marketing. She looks off camera for a moment like she's debating whether to open a door she can't close. Then she opens it. Should I show them the dropbox? The chat implodes. Yes. Do IT lawyer first? She taps, scrolls, lands. on a folder labeled season_arc_assets. Beneath it, teaser_A, teaser_B, private cut_final. Her thumb hovers. The viewer count doubles. Sponsors on both sides are probably calling their teams right now. "Y'all know I didn't make this folder," she says, voice just above a whisper. "Y'all know I don't have editors." She doesn't press play. Instead, she scrolls to a PDF titled Risk Matrix. Opens it, columns, likelihood, impact, mitigation. Next to Jasmine backlash, the mitigation reads, Rasheeda's statement within 24 to 48 hours. Shift narrative to marriage resilience. Jasmine stares at that line like it's a bad dream. "So you predicted my pain." And scheduled. "Your healing post." Wow. In the comments, a new account appears with no profile pic. Stop. Thank. Then another with a familiar cadence. "Don't do this live." The live's chat starts lagging like too many people are reporting or rewinding. Jasmine sets the phone down on the counter, camera angled up, ceiling light haloing her jawline. "I'm not out to ruin you," she says. "Calm now. I'm out to stop being useful to your storyline." She picks the phone up again and flips to her front camera. "This is not the end of the world," she says, "but it is the end of me being quiet." She swallows. Then, "Rashida, Kirk, if you want the truth, meet me. No cameras. No handlers. No rollout, just us and the mess we made." She squares her shoulders. Until then, the Dropbox stays closed. For now. For now. And as she's about to end the live, a banner slides down from the top of her screen. A calendar invite request marked Emergency Table Talk tonight, 9:30 p.m. Organizer. A name you absolutely recognize. Not a producer. Not Kirk. Not Rashida. Someone bigger. Someone who turns scandals into spectacles. Jasmine's eyes flicker, surprised for the first time. She looks at the camera, then back at the invite, then back at us. "Atlanta," she says, barely above a whisper. "You're not ready for who just called?" Then the screen goes black dot. The live ended so suddenly that people thought their Wi-Fi glitched. Screens froze mid-blink. Comments were stuck mid-scroll. But within seconds, the theory started. Who was that someone bigger who just sent Jasmine an emergency invite? By the time the replay uploads hit TikTok, the guesses were flying. Mona Scott Young, Bet Exic, somebody from VH1. Nah. That was a major PR fixer. Jasmine stayed off socials for the next 2 hours, which, in Atlanta scandal time, might as well be 2 weeks. No cryptic tweets, no Instagram stories, nothing. Meanwhile, Rashida was on her end of the city going live too, sitting cross-legged on a velvet couch, mug of tea in hand. It wasn't tears this time. It was controlled calm. "I'm not gonna let somebody else narrate my marriage," she said, especially somebody who has never respected it in the first place. Her tone was low, deliberate, but the chat was chaos. Half of them were on Team Rashida, calling Jasmine messy and bitter. The other half yelling drop. The Dropbox. Then a curveball, Kirk goes live. Alone, dim lighting. Hoodie pulled low. He doesn't defend either woman. Doesn't deny anything. He just sighs into the camera like he's been carrying the weight of a whole franchise. "I messed up. It's more than once. And when you mess up, people will use it for whatever they need. Money, storylines, whatever. That's all I'm saying tonight." It was cryptic, but enough for people to freeze frame his expression. Was that guilt or fear? At 9:18 p.m., Jasmine's location tag on Instagram quietly changed to downtown Atlanta. 3 minutes later, she posted a black and white selfie in a high-rise elevator. No caption, just an hourglass emoji. Fans knew instantly she was going to that meeting at 9:31 p.m. A grainy clip popped up on Twitter. Jasmine walking into a rooftop lounge. Phone in hand, black leather jacket, followed by 2 people who looked like security. Behind her, a figure in a camel coat, barely visible, holding a tablet. The tweet read, "Y'all, that's Mona. According to an anonymous source who definitely was the bartender and definitely broke their NDA 5 minutes. After signing it, Jasmine sat across from Mona Scott Young, a man in a tailored gray suit and a woman who appeared to be a network lawyer. The table was empty except for water and notepads. No cameras. But someone in the lounge swears they saw Mona gesture toward a phone screen and Jasmine shake her head. By 10:02 p.m., the group left, no hugs, no smiles. Jasmine's phone lit up as she got into the elevator. One notification from Twitter saying Rashida mentioned you in a post. And oh, did she ever? Rashida had just posted a 3-slide carousel. Slide 1, a throwback photo of her and Kirk at their store opening. Slide 2, a screenshot of a text the contact saved as Jasmine reading, "I'm sorry for how this all went. You didn't deserve that." Slide 3, her caption, "I forgive, but I don't forget. Lanta will see the truth." The internet erupted. Was that text real? Was it fake? Jasmine sent it? Was it recent or from years ago? Within 15 minutes, #TextGate was trending. Fans dug through old episodes, matching outfits and nails in the photo to figure out the year. A Twitter thread claimed the manicure in the screenshot was identical to one Jasmine had posted. In 2019, at 11 p.m., Jasmine went back live. "So, I guess we're doing screenshots now." She started, leaning on her kitchen counter. "Cool, because I've got a few of my own." She pulled up a text thread, this time labeled R. The messages showed Rashida allegedly texting Jasmine weeks before the leak. "Just trust me, it'll work out for all of us." The audience loves a little chaos. Another read, "Don't take it personal, it's just TV." The chat went into meltdown. Just TV, not her admitting IT. But Jasmine wasn't done. She scrolled to a voice note, Rashida's voice, clear as day. "If you're going to be part of this, might as well make it worth your while. I can get you a pop-up spot during filming." Jasmine paused it. "So tell me again how I'm disrespecting your marriage." Meanwhile, Rashida posted a story of her sitting in a glam chair, lip gloss being applied, captioned, "Some people play the victim. I play the long game. See you tomorrow." Fans immediately started speculating she'd booked an interview, Wendy, The Breakfast Club, a reunion taping. Back on live, Jasmine was still in full attack mode. "You want the Dropbox? Fine, I'll let y'all vote." She set up an Instagram poll with 2 options: leak IT or lock IT. Within minutes, the leak IT side was winning by 87%. "Looks like y'all made your choice," Jasmine smirked. But before she could commit, her phone rang, caller ID, Mona Scott Young. She answered on speaker. "Jasmine, listen to me." Mona's voice came through. "If you drop that file, VH1 pulls you from every storyline. It'll be cut out." Jasmine didn't even blink. "Then cut me," she said, and ended the call. The chat went insane. People were begging, daring, threatening. Then Jasmine leaned in close. "Y'all think Mona runs Atlanta? Cute. But Mona answers to someone too. And guess what? They were at that table tonight and they made me an offer." She didn't say what. She didn't have to. Suddenly, the live froze for 3 seconds. When it came back, Jasmine was smiling. Not wide, but with that look like she just found the ace in her hand. "Tomorrow, 5 p.m., I'll tell you who was in that meeting. And when you hear their name, you'll understand why this isn't just about me and Rashida. It's bigger, way bigger." She ended the live. 10 minutes later, an anonymous blog posted a blurry photo of the meeting table, and at the far end, barely in frame, was a man whose face fans swore belonged to one of the most powerful executives in Black entertainment. If true, this was no longer love and hip-hop drama. This was Network Love Award. And somewhere in Atlanta, Rashida's phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "We need to talk before she talks." The city didn't sleep that night. Group chats lit up like fire alarms. Podcasts stayed up recording emergency episodes, and the shade rooms couldn't post fast enough. Everyone wanted to know who was that man at the meeting table with Jasmine and Mona. By sunrise, the blurry photo from the anonymous blog had been enhanced, cropped, and reposted with side-by-side comparisons. The consensus. It was Marcus Trent, the elusive EVP of Strategic Programming at Viacom CBS. A man known for pulling strings behind some of the biggest reality TV franchises in the world. Marcus rarely appears on camera, but when he does, careers either skyrocket or vanish. He was in that room. This wasn't just damage control. This was chess. At 8:13 a.m. Jasmine posted a cryptic story, a black background with the words, "It's about who writes the script, not who acts it," in white font. No tags, no context. But fans read between the lines. She was telling everyone. The fight was no longer with Rashida. It was with the people who built the machine. Meanwhile, Rashida stayed quiet, which was louder than anything she could have posted. Her last story from the glam chair was still up, but no new posts, no likes, no comments. Kirk, however, decided to stir the pot. At 9:22 a.m., he uploaded a photo of himself outside their store, wearing a crisp polo shirt, smiling like nothing. Was on fire. The caption, "Open for business as usual." It was either defiance or denial, and it split the internet by midday. The hashtag #DropTheBox had racked up over 4 million views on TikTok. Creators were making parody videos of themselves opening a fake Dropbox folder, cutting to random chaos, cats fighting, fireworks, soap operas. It became a meme, which only made the pressure on Jasmine heavier. At 1 p.m., she went live again, this time from what looked like a conference room, glass walls, city skyline in the background. Her tone was calmer, almost measured. "All want the Dropbox," she said. "But here's the thing. The people in that folder aren't just Kirk and Rashida. They're bigger names. Names that never thought they'd end up on the wrong side of a leak." The comments started flooding. Who? Give us initials. Not you teasing us again. Jasmine smiled faintly. You know some of them. You've bought their products. You watched their storylines. And if I open this, it's not just a scandal. It's a network problem. It's paused, letting that sink in. That's why Marcus Trent was at that table. They're trying to decide how much of this stays hidden and how much they can spin into ratings. She leaned forward, elbows on the table. And here's the kicker. Some of y'all's favorite couples. Not couples. Contract pairings. People living separate lives for years while cameras sell you a fantasy. Gasps in the chat. Someone typed, "Are you saying K and R too?" Jasmine didn't confirm, but she didn't deny. "I'm saying TV is a game, and some of us never agreed to be pawns." Then, as if the tension wasn't already through the roof, her phone pinged mid-live. A DM from Rashida, and Jasmine read it aloud without hesitation. "We can fix this before it gets ugly for both of us. Call me." The chat exploded. She's scared. "Oh, are she's about to play you?" Jasmine tilted her head. "Before it gets ugly? Sis, you've already painted me as the villain." "Ugly been here? Ugly been here?" Minutes later, an unexpected voice entered the chat. Mona Scott Young herself. Her verified account popped up. "Jasmine, you're playing a dangerous game. You know contracts matter." The live's comment section went nuclear. It's Jasmine. Read Mona's comment and smirked. "And you know narratives matter. And for once, I'm telling mine." Off-screen, a male voice muffled, but fans swear it sounded like Marcus said something. Jasmine looked to the side, nodded, then ended the live abruptly. That was it. No goodbye, no explanation. Within the hour. Gossip blogs claimed that Jasmine had been offered a confidential settlement to keep the Dropbox sealed. Some said it was money. Others said it was a guaranteed spin-off series. The most outrageous theory, that she'd be given a producer credit on future Love and Hip Hop seasons by 5 p.m. Rashida finally broke her silence with a post that set the tone for the next stage of this war, a 15-second clip of her walking into a TV studio. Wearing all white, heels clicking, hair laid. The caption, "Tonight, my side. No edits, no filters." She tagged a well-known entertainment journalist. That post alone got 500,000 likes in an hour. Back in Jasmine's world, she was spotted entering a luxury hotel downtown, paparazzi-style photos already hitting the blogs. She had no security this time, just a large black tote bag that fans were already calling the Dropbox bag. An anonymous source allegedly from the hotel staff told one outlet that Jasmine booked the penthouse suite and requested media ready. Lighting be set up by 7 p.m. No one knows if it's for a live stream, a sit-down interview, or something else entirely. Meanwhile, Twitter detectives uncovered something even messier. A production call sheet from last month listing a surprise confrontation scene between Rashida and Jasmine that was never aired. On the notes column, hold footage, potential season arc pivot. If that's legit, then this feud has been edited and re-edited before the public even saw it by nightfall. Both women were trending, and the public mood was split evenly, between wanting reconciliation and wanting absolute destruction. And then, at 8:47 p.m., the Dropbox folder count changed. Fans who'd been tracking Jasmine's shared links noticed that the number of files jumped from 37 to 41. Nobody knows what the new files are. Nobody knows if she added them herself or if someone sent them to her. But one thing was clear, the game just leveled up. At exactly 9 p.m., Jasmine posted a single story, a screenshot of her phone calendar. Tomorrow's date blocked off with one line, "The truth uncut." No time, no platform, no warning. In the comments of Rashida's latest post, Kirk finally spoke. "We all need to breathe before this goes too far." But the internet has made up its mind. Too far was hours ago. What nobody's prepared for is that when Jasmine finally opens the Dropbox, the first name in those files won't be Kirk. The clock struck noon the next day, and the entire internet was on high alert. Every blog, every reaction channel, every Twitter space was primed for whatever Jasmine had promised. The phrase "the truth uncut" was plastered everywhere in captions, on memes, even printed on t-shirts by bootleggers outside an Atlanta strip mall by 12:17 p.m. Her Instagram live counter had already passed 80,000 viewers, and she hadn't even shown her face yet. The screen was pointed at a coffee table, perfectly arranged with 3 items: a silver MacBook, a sealed black envelope, and a champagne flute half filled with something that wasn't champagne. In the background, soft music played, but the tension was deafening. Finally, Jasmine appeared, wearing a fitted black blazer and no visible makeup. Her hair was slicked back, her expression surgical. "Y'all been waiting?" she said, sitting down slowly. "So let's get to it." She lifted the black envelope and shook it slightly. "What's in here is proof that this was never just about me and Rashida. It's about the machine. And once you see this, you'll understand why certain people wanted me quiet." She slid a piece of paper out of the envelope and held it up. It was a printed email chain, heavily redacted but with a few names left untouched. The first name that made the chat lose its collective mind. Carly read, "You thought Carly was on the sidelines? Cute," Jasmine said, tapping the paper. "Stu was in meetings about how to maximize drama potential from my situation." She pitched scenes. She suggested spontaneous run-ins. And she asked for a percentage cut if the footage went viral. The comments exploded. Carly. Not Carly profiting off this. She'd been messy. Jasmine scrolled through her laptop, pulling up a video file labeled VIP_lounge_full. She clicked play. The screen filled with shaky backstage footage. There was Carly, drink in hand, talking to someone off camera. Her voice was crystal clear. "If we drop it before the reunion, the numbers will go crazy. Plus, Rashida's got that new launch. It's perfect timing." Jasmine paused the clip. "Now, tell me again how this was random." Before the viewers could even process Carly's involvement, Jasmine queued up another file. This time, the label read BTS_Kirk call. It was an audio recording, Kirk's voice, tense, but calculated. If it's gonna come out, I'd rather it be on our terms. Control the headline, control the damage. You could hear another male voice agreeing in the background, but it was too muffled to identify. The chat went ballistic. Kirk approved this, so he knew. Oh my God, he played both. Jasmine shook her head. And that's your protecting the marriage narrative. He was protecting the edit. At that exact moment, Rashida went live on her own page. Side-by-side streams had fans switching between tabs, screen recording both. Rashida, sitting in a white armchair, called Jasmine obsessed and reckless, accusing her of fabricating timelines to stir chaos. I never needed you to sell my brand, she said firmly. I built this from scratch. Not taking credit for my work or my marriage. Back on her own live, Jasmine smirked and took a sip from her glass. It's funny, she says I'm fabricating when I've got her voice on record too. She opened another file, r_store_prep_meeting. In it, Rashida's voice was unmistakable. Look, if this gets people talking, fine. Make sure the clip is tight and the angle's clean. We don't need any stray shots. The audience collectively lost its breath. She said, angle? This was cinematic to her. Oh, it's over. Jasmine let the clip run for a few more seconds, then closed her laptop. I told y'all, this isn't drama, this is production. And then she dropped the bomb nobody expected. You want to know who was in Marcus Trent's ear the whole time? Not Rashida, not Kirk, not Carly. Someone higher up the food chain. It's one whose name you've never heard, but whose signature is on every release form you've ever signed. If you've been on reality TV in Atlanta, and they're in this Dropbox too, she didn't say the name yet, but she pulled out a stack of printed call logs, phone records showing late-night conversations between Marcus, Carly, Kirk, and an M. Jameson. Fans immediately hit Google. Within minutes, Twitter threads claimed that M. Jameson was Madison Jameson, Senior VP of Reality Programming at the network. If that was true, this wasn't just messy, it was a corporate-level cover, dash up the live viewership shot. It's past 150,000. Jasmine leaned back in her chair, looking almost relieved. Now, y'all can call me bitter, messy, whatever you want. Right. After today, you can't call me a liar. She tapped the laptop again, and no, I'm not done. Just as she was about to click into another file, her phone buzzed. She glanced at it, and her expression changed. Not fear, but calculation. Interesting, she murmured. Rashida just texted me. It's 2 words. Check DM. She opened her Instagram DMs live on camera. The message from Rashida wasn't an apology, wasn't a threat. It was a video file. Jasmine hesitated then, tapped it. On screen, a dimly lit clip played. Jasmine herself, months ago, laughing with someone off camera, saying, if it blows up, I'm fine with that. It's good for everybody. The chat exploded. Is this a setup? Context matters. Not them flipping IT on her. Jasmine froze the video mid-frame. Y'all notice what I'm wearing? That's from a fitting for a completely different show, and notice whose voice that is. Off camera? Okay, that's Carly. She asked me if I was ready for a scene. Said yes. And now they're gonna try to make it look like I was in on this from day one. Her jaw tightened. If they want to play that game, I'll drop the uncut version of that night. But when I do, you'll see exactly who was pulling the strings. Before she ended the live, Jasmine made one last promise. Tonight, midnight. One file, no edits. And it's not about me. She closed the laptop, drained her glass, and walked out of frame. 2 minutes later, a post went up on her page, a photo of the MacBook. Lid closed with the caption, Midnight, wake up the city. And across town, Rashida's phone lit up. With a notification Carly read had tagged her in a post. The caption, Sis, you know, we can burn our whole house down if we have to. The war was no longer one-on-one. It was all out. The city was on edge. Midnight in Atlanta felt like a countdown to a televised explosion, except this time, there was no network logo, no theme song, no producers controlling the frame. This was Jasmine's stage, and the Dropbox was her script. At 11:57 p.m., her Instagram Live went live early. The camera was set low, angled up at her face as she sat in the corner of her penthouse suite. Behind her, the skyline shimmered in the dark, but her eyes were locked on the laptop in front of her. 3 minutes, she said, voice low, and the truth walks out the door. By the time the clock hit 11:59, over 200,000 people were tuned in. Comments flew so fast the screen blurred. We ready? Drop IT. Don't hesitate. Jasmine exhaled slowly, tapped the trackpad, and opened the Dropbox. A new file sat at the top, uploaded less than an hour ago. Its name: xcroom_confidential_fullcut.mp4. She double-clicked. The video opened on a boardroom, not a set, not a lounge, but an actual corporate conference room. The date stamp in the corner read from 6 months ago. Round the table sat Marcus, Trent, Madison, Jameson, Carly read. And shockingly, 2 other faces nobody expected. A senior advertising executive from a major cosmetics brand and a well-known music promoter. They weren't talking about caste drama. They weren't talking about repairing marriages. They were talking about numbers. Madison's voice was crisp and cold. If we can get a scandal to hit around the same time as Rashida's launch, the synergy will spike. We've already earmarked budget to push related clips on TikTok and Instagram. Marcus chimed in. The Jasmine situation is low-hanging fruit. The audience already speculates about her. We can feed that. The cosmetics exec asked if there was any moral risk, to which Carly laughed, please, they'll eat it up. We just make sure Rashida plays the dignified wife. The chat in Jasmine's live went into full meltdown. This is marketing. They engineered IT, not the brands involved. People started tagging the cosmetics company, threatening boycotts before the clip even ended. Then came the most damning part. The promoter leaned forward and said, if Kirk's in on it, we can have him accidentally get caught somewhere. With Jasmine, nothing explicit, just enough for bloggers to run wild. Madison nodded. As long as we have the footage before the reunion taping, we're golden. Jasmine froze the frame. You hear that? Before the reunion taping. Not if it happens, not if it's real. Before. They planned the story, then made it happen, and they used me to do it. Before she could hit play again, Rashida went live at the exact same time. Viewers scrambled between streams, but Jasmine's audience still stayed over 170,000 strong. Rashida was in full glam, sitting at a pristine desk. You're seeing what she wants you to see. Rashida began. She's not showing you the part where she agreed to play along. She's not showing you the messages where she knew exactly how this would roll out. On Jasmine's stream, she shook her head and laughed without humor. Agreed, babe. You can't agree to something you're not told the full scope of? They sold me a scene, not a scandal. She clicked back to the video. The footage jumped to Madison Jameson holding up a folder. Here's the risk mitigation. If Jasmine refuses to cooperate, we leak a partial clip. She'll be too busy defending herself to sue. Carly sipped from her cup and added, and if she does sue, we settle quietly. Either way, we win. The chat turned into a war zone. This is evil. Carly sold her out. Rashida had to know. And then, as if the internet needed more fuel, a new comment popped up in Jasmine's chat from an account called mjameson_official. Delete this now. You've crossed the line. Jasmine leaned toward the camera. Funny how you have time to watch me, but not time to apologize. Suddenly, her live glitched. The screen froze for a second. The audio cut, and when it came back, her viewer count had dropped by 50,000. They're trying to shut me down, she said, voice rising. If this live ends, you'll know why. She played the final minute of the boardroom video. Marcus Trent leaned back in his chair, smirking. The beauty of reality TV is nobody knows where the reality ends. And that's exactly how we keep control. When the video ended, Jasmine closed the laptop slowly. That, she said, is the truth, uncut. And now they can't spin it. She stood, grabbed the laptop, and walked toward the camera. The next move's yours, Rashida. She ended the live without warning. Within seconds, the internet fractured. Clips of the video were everywhere. TikTok edits, Twitter threads, Instagram carousels, the hashtags, #RealityRigged, #Dropbox files, and #cancel KARLIE shot to the top of trending lists. Fans started tagging other Love and Hip Hop cast members, demanding statements. Meanwhile, Rashida's live was still going. She refused to comment on the video specifics, repeating over and over, "You can't trust everything you see online." Kirk appeared briefly behind her, looking like he'd aged 10 years overnight, muttering, "This got way out of hand." By 1 a.m., the cosmetics brand released a short statement denying involvement. But the receipts were already too strong. Someone leaked internal emails from their marketing department confirming collaboration opportunities, tied to Rashida's storyline. At 1:23 a.m., Carly posted an Instagram story, a selfie in bed, blowing a kiss to the camera, captioned, "Messy girls stay booked." That single post was enough to reignite the fury. And just when people thought it couldn't get any messier, Jasmine posted one last story before dawn, a screenshot of an email from a private investigator. The subject line read, "Regarding your request, found the original source of the leak." The body of the email, only 2 words, "It's family." The war had just taken a turn nobody expected. By sunrise, the streets of Atlanta were buzzing with one question. What did Jasmine mean by its family? The 2-word email from the private investigator hit harder than any Dropbox file. Because now the speculation wasn't about executives or brands, it was about bloodlines, loyalty, and betrayal. Jasmine didn't post anything else for the rest of the morning, letting the rumor mill churn without interference. Every blog and fan page was scrambling to figure out if family meant her own blood relatives, Kirk's family, or Rashida's side. The theories got wild: half-siblings, long-lost cousins, even step-relatives. Quietly working in production by 10:42 a.m., a gossip blog claimed they had the answer. Their headline, source, Rashida's own cousin was the middleman in Jasmine. Video leak. The article alleged that the cousin, a woman named Tasha, worked as a liaison between local influencers and show producers. According to the source, she was the one who physically handed the private video to the network for a payout just under $10,000. Minutes later, Jasmine went live again, looking less like she was ready for war and more like someone whose anger had settled into resolve. "They thought I wouldn't find the change," she began, "but I did. And the last link is family, her family." She pulled up a photo on her phone and held it to the camera, a smiling Tasha arm around Rashida at a family cookout. "You didn't just sell me out," Jasmine said. "You put a price tag on your own cousin's marriage." The chat blew up. "Cousin? Rashida, you knew?" This is a soap opera. Jasmine scrolled through her phone, showing screenshots of text exchanges between Tasha and an unknown number. In one, Tasha wrote, "Got it. Sending it to M now. Do you know when to drop it?" In another, "Tell Rashida it's handled." Then came the audio bombshell, a voicemail from Tasha to Jasmine, recorded weeks before the leak. Tasha's voice was casual, almost cheerful. "Girl, this is nothing personal. It's just business, and trust me, she's not mad, she's ready." By now, the internet was in absolute chaos. Some fans were screaming for Rashida to cut ties with her cousin publicly. Others insisted Rashida had orchestrated the whole thing through Tasha as a buffer. Across town, Rashida finally broke her silence with a 3-minute Instagram video. Sitting in her boutique, she spoke directly to the camera. "Yes, Tasha is my cousin. No, I didn't tell her to leak anything. The family can make bad choices. And I'm not responsible for every decision my relatives make. She claimed she hadn't spoken to Tasha in weeks and had no control over her actions. But the way she avoided looking directly into the lens when she said it had fans dissecting every blink. Carly, never one to miss a chance to stir the pot, went live just 20 minutes later. She laughed for a full 30 seconds before saying, "You think Tasha acted alone? Cute. Let me tell you, ain't nothing in this city happened without 3 people signing off on it." She refused to elaborate, but the damage was done. Now everyone believed there was a third conspirator at 3:17 p.m. Jasmine posted what might be the most dangerous piece of evidence yet. A short clip of Tasha walking into the same rooftop lounge where Jasmine had met Mona and Marcus days earlier. The timestamp: the night before the leak went public. The caption was simple: receipts over rumors. The backlash was immediate. Twitter was flooded with calls to boycott Rashida's brand. Fans started leaving 1-star reviews on her stores page accusing her of profiting off humiliation. Even neutral voices in the hip-hop community began weighing in. A famous Atlanta DJ tweeted, "This ain't reality TV no more. This is predatory. By evening, the feud had spilled into real life. Paparazzi caught Kirk outside a restaurant looking visibly stressed, refusing to answer questions. When asked if he believed Jasmine's family claims, he just muttered, "I ain't getting," in the middle of that, and walked away. Then, in a twist nobody saw coming, Tasha herself posted a statement to her Instagram stories. In shaky text over a black background, she wrote, "Y'all believe what you want. I did what I had to do for my family's future. And I'd do it again." She tagged no one, but everyone knew who she meant. Within minutes, Jasmine reposted it with the caption, "Thank you for confirming." And just when it felt like the story had peaked, a leaked internal memo from the network surfaced online. The memo outlined contingency plans for the fallout of the Jasmine-Rashida situation, including the possibility of recasting both women if public sentiment becomes unmanageable. That single leak shifted the stakes from personal revenge to career survival. Jasmine went live one last time that night, her voice steady but her eyes sharper than ever. "They want me gone. They want her gone. And they'll replace us like it's nothing." But here's the thing. You can't replace the truth. And the truth is, every single person who touched this story has something to lose. So maybe it's time. I opened the rest of the Dropbox. The live ended there, leaving the internet in a frenzy. People started betting on who would get exposed next. Some thought it would be another cast member. Others thought it could be a producer. A few whispered it might even be Mona herself. But one thing was certain: the war between Jasmine and Rashida had gone beyond Atlanta, beyond love and hip-hop. This was now a fight for control of the narrative in an industry built on selling lies as entertainment. And in the shadows, Tasha posted one final chilling story before deleting her account entirely. A blurry photo of a hard drive captioned, "She's not the only one with files. The game wasn't over. So we was only changing players. This is no longer just about a leaked video. It's about the system that turns real lives into scripted chaos." Jasmine has the Dropbox. Tasha claims to have her own files. Rashida is fighting to save her marriage and her brand. And somewhere in the middle of it all, Kirk and Carly are pulling moves that nobody's fully clocked yet. The receipts are multiplying, the alliances are shifting. And the next drop could destroy more than reputations. It could take down an entire network. So the question isn't, will Jasmine open the rest of the Dropbox? It's when she does, who survives it? Because in this game, nobody's safe. Not the stars, not the execs, not even family. Stay locked in, because the next chapter is coming, and when it hits, Atlanta won't ever be the same.